1,000 pounds. Sisters is back with new season, with Amy preparing for her spooky wedding. Tammy making a big comeback. 1000. Elb Sisters is returning with season 8. After the last season made fans happiest about Tammy. A wedding and new beginnings have been high on alert this season. Amy planned her Halloween wedding while her elder sister moved forward with the results of skin removal surgery. Love life has changed for both of them. Apart from the professional one, Amy and Tammy beefed over the former, demanding an asylum as a wedding venue, and Brian being a bad influence on her and her son's lives. This prompted Amy to have an emotional outburst and, without consoling Tammy, left Brian's Kentucky house, where she moved in with her kids. Tammy remained unbothered by Amy, who was disturbed because her family disapproved of her relationship. What is this season bringing? Fans found Tammy and Amy clashing all over again in the new trailer of 1,000 Pounds, Sisters Season 8. The Slaytons remained enemies, even though Chris pulled them together with his understanding words. However, the older sister wanted the little one to shut his mouth so that she could also do the same. Meanwhile, Amy asked Chris and Misty to stay away from her because she won't listen to their baloney. They were shocked to find out Amy has become very rude. The whole feud have stemmed from Tammy calling Amy a deadbeat mom and opposing her wedding to Brian in a haunted location. Her parenting skills were also something fans hated to this day. 1,000 Pounds. Sisters Season 8 has packed drama, dreams, and accomplishments together to make it more engaging for fans to watch. This time, Tammy has been spotted walking without anyone's help, even though in one scene in the trailer, she had a stick. However, she said she became happy after the surgery marked a milestone. Tammy's underwear size went from extra large to way smaller. She demonstrated that with her hands. She shrank like anything that she was glad to talk about. Amy, on the other hand, said she has learned from past mistakes. She wanted to become an actual adult, but it seems she forgot her adulthood and decency. The moment Amy tried on her supposed wedding dress with her family, she turned around to make them look at her butt. She wanted to book a haunted house for the wedding because it was a non-negotiable thing on her wish list. She also danced with her fiancé, who lay on the floor, twisting his body. Amy, like Brian, motivated him with her song and voice. Tammy, career-wise, bagged her first job interview at an animal center. She was told to take care of a dog, which she found overwhelming. At the end, the sisters all attempted to move forward beyond the rift. Their extended family were concerned about what would happen if they continued to feud. For latest 1,000 Pounds, Sisters updates, stay tuned to TV season spoilers. However, the Slayton sisters, Tammy and Amy, had experienced many adventures in their lives, but nothing felt as exciting as the moment they decided to travel all the way to London. Neither of them had ever left the country before, and the idea of exploring a place filled with history, fashion, double-decker buses, and royal palaces felt like a dream coming true. It all started one sunny afternoon when Amy burst into Tammy's room holding her phone. "Tammy, guess what? TLC is sending us to London to film a special international episode." Tammy's eyes widened. "London like British accent London, Big Ben London, Harry Potter London?" Amy nodded excitedly. "Yes, girl, pack your bags. We're going across the ocean." Tammy screamed with pure excitement. "Oh, Lord Jesus, I need new clothes, and I need to practice my British accent. Hello, Governor." Amy nearly fell over laughing. The sisters took their preparations seriously. A trip to London meant long flights, lots of walking, cool weather, and a whole new world of experiences. They headed to the mall with their friend Misty. Amy bought a new suitcase decorated with cartoon strawberries. "For the vibe," she said. Tammy bought a huge rolling bag big enough to fit a small toddler inside. Tammy also picked up a warm, fluffy coat, a sparkly hat for selfies, new makeup palettes, comfy travel shoes. Amy bought matching outfits for her boys, a bright yellow raincoat, a travel-sized makeup kit, a journal for writing about the trip. "London better be ready for us," Tammy joked. "We're coming in hot." Because of Tammy's health, they had to visit Dr. Smith before traveling. Dr. Smith smiled. "Tammy, you've made great progress. Just follow your oxygen guidelines and stay hydrated. And Amy, don't let her eat all the airport snacks." Tammy rolled her eyes. "Boy, please, let me enjoy my pretzels." Amy smirked. "I'll try my best, Dr. Smith. No promises." The night before leaving, the Slayton house turned into pure chaos. Tammy sat in the middle of her room, surrounded by clothes. "I can't find my other shoe," she yelled. "Check under the bed," Amy said. Tammy stared. "Amy, I haven't seen under my bed since 2009. Meanwhile, Amy was struggling to zip her suitcase. "Why is this thing so full?" she complained. Tammy peeked inside. "Amy, you packed 12 outfits for a 5-day trip?" Amy shrugged. "I need options." Eventually, Misty came over and helped them pack properly. The next morning, the entire family helped the sisters load their bags. The kids were excited, the cameras were rolling, and everyone hugged the sisters before they left. At the airport, strangers recognized them immediately. "Aren't y'all the 1000 LB sisters?" someone asked. Tammy smiled proudly. "Yes, we are, and we're going to London, baby." Security took extra time because Tammy packed too many snacks, Amy tried to bring a jar of pickles, and someone suspiciously questioned Tammy's sparkly wig. But eventually, after a lot of laughter, they made it onto the plane. Chapter 6: The Flight of a Lifetime. Tammy had never been on such a long flight. She watched movies, slept, ate, woke up, ate again, and watched more movies. Amy, meanwhile, kept asking the flight attendant, "How much longer until we get to the Queen's house?" The flight attendant smiled politely each time. Finally, after hours in the air, they saw the beautiful lights of London from the window. Tammy pressed her face to the glass. "Amy, we're really here." When they stepped out of the airport, the cool London air hit their faces. The city felt like magic. Historic buildings everywhere, red buses, black taxis, and people speaking in charming accents. Tammy whispered, "I feel like I'm in a movie." A producer answered, "Welcome to London, ladies." Chapter 8: Their First Adventure Begins. The sisters were taken to a cozy hotel near the River Thames. The view from the window was breathtaking. Glittering water, the London eye glowing, and the distant sound of city life. Amy turned to Tammy. "We're gonna make memories here." Tammy nodded. "Let's give London the full Slayton experience." And with that, their London adventure officially began. However, the sun had just begun to rise over Dixon, Kentucky, painting the sky with soft shades of peach and gold. A gentle breeze rustled through the early morning air as Amy Slayton woke up in her cozy living room, rubbing her eyes and stretching. Today wasn't just any day. Today was the sisters' big weigh-in. For weeks, both Amy and Tammy had been preparing for this moment. They had adjusted their diets, walked more steps, and leaned on each other emotionally through the ups and downs. The weigh-in wasn't just about numbers on a scale. It was about proving to themselves that they could keep moving forward. Amy's morning chaos. Amy hurried around the house, trying to get herself ready while managing her 2 energetic boys, Gage and Glenn. Gage was busy knocking over toy blocks, while baby Glenn giggled from his high chair, holding a spoon like it was a magic wand. "Lord, y'all are giving Mama a workout before the workout," Amy said, laughing as she tied her shoes. She had been feeling proud of her progress. She wasn't perfect. There were days she slipped, days she cried, days she wanted to give up, but she kept trying. The scale today would show just how far she'd come. Tammy's determination. At the rehab facility, Tammy woke up with a quiet but powerful determination. Her weight loss journey had been long, painful, and emotional. There were moments she feared she would never make progress. But now, sitting up in bed, she felt stronger, physically and mentally. Andrea, her caregiver and close friend, entered the room with a warm smile. "Ready for the big day, Tammy?" Tammy nodded. "Yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm ready." She took a deep breath. She remembered every hardship: hospital visits, breathing problems, emotional breakdowns, feeling trapped inside her own body. But today, she wasn't the old Tammy. Today, she felt hope. The sisters reunite. Later that morning, Amy's car pulled up outside the facility. As she stepped out, she saw Tammy waiting by the entrance, her wheelchair beside her. Amy rushed over, eyes full of excitement. Tam, you look amazing." Tammy blushed. "Girl, stop. You know I ain't had my coffee yet." They laughed, embracing each other tightly. Despite everything they had argued about over the years, no bond was stronger than theirs. Inside the weigh-in room. The weigh-in room was brightly lit, with a digital scale at the center and a team of nurses ready to record the numbers. The air felt heavy with anticipation. Amy stepped up first. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and moved onto the scale. The screen blinked for a few seconds and then displayed the number. Amy opened her eyes and gasped. She had lost 27 pounds. Tears filled her eyes as she covered her mouth. "I did it! Oh my God, I did it!" Tammy clapped from behind her. "That's my baby, sis!" Amy felt proud. Not because of the number, but because she had proven to herself that motherhood didn't have to stop her journey. She could care for her kids and care for herself. Then it was Tammy's turn. Everyone grew quiet. Tammy slowly wheeled herself to the scale. With help from the nurses, she stood up, balancing her weight carefully before stepping on. The room went silent as the screen beeped. Then the number appeared. Tammy stared. Her eyes widened. She had lost 43 pounds. Andrea let out a loud cheer. "Yes, Tammy! That's what I'm talking about!" Tammy's eyes filled with tears. I can't believe it! I really did that?" Amy wrapped her arms around her. "Hey, you did it, sis. I'm so proud of you." A new beginning. After the weigh-in, the sisters sat outside under a big oak tree, the autumn leaves dancing around them. Tammy leaned back, breathing in the fresh air. "I didn't think I'd ever get here," she said softly. Amy nodded. "We still got a long way to go, but we moving forward together." They clinked their water bottles like champagne glasses. "To health," Amy said. "To family," Tammy added. "And to never giving up," they said together. Later that night. Back home, Amy looked at herself in the mirror, feeling proud. In the facility, Tammy journaled her progress, writing down her feelings with a smile. Even though the journey was far from over, one thing was crystal clear. The Slayton sisters were stronger than they had ever been. And their story of determination, hope, and sisterhood was just beginning. However, the early morning sun slipped through the blinds of Amy Slayton's small Kentucky home, painting soft golden lines across the living room. Amy sat quietly on the couch, wrapped in her favorite blue blanket, listening to the soft breathing of her two boys sleeping in the next room. For the first time in months, she felt calm, truly calm. After years of chaos, heartbreak, and struggle, Amy had promised herself one thing. This chapter of her life would be different. Ever since her separation with Michael, Amy had been overwhelmed, raising kids, filming, managing her health, and supporting Tammy's journey. But now, she felt a spark returning, the spark she thought she'd lost. Amy's doctor had given her a new plan: gentle exercises, balanced meals, and emotional healing. But the biggest change started in her heart, not her stomach. She whispered to herself, "I deserve to heal. I deserve happiness." Tammy's unbreakable support. Tammy came over often, and one afternoon she walked in with a grocery bag filled with fresh vegetables, chicken, and fruits. "Girl, look at me," Tammy said dramatically. "I'm out here buying spinach. Spinach, if I can do this, you can too." Amy burst out laughing. You buying spinach is a historic moment. Together, the sisters cooked healthier meals, joked constantly, and encouraged each other. TLC cameras captured their bickering, their victories, and their emotional breakthroughs. But when cameras were off, the sisters talked deeply about fear, trauma, guilt, and hope. One night, Tammy said, "I know you always take care of me. Now let me take care of you for once." Amy wiped her eyes. "I just need to feel like myself again." The healing steps. Slowly, day by day. She started waking up early for small walks with her kids. She met with a therapist who helped her rebuild confidence. She practiced self-love, even on days when she felt like falling apart. She cooked new recipes and realized eating healthy wasn't boring. It was empowering. She joined a small fitness class for women of all sizes, where she wasn't judged. Amy started smiling again, genuinely. One rainy afternoon, Amy stood in front of the mirror wearing a soft pink dress. She hadn't worn a dress in months. Tammy walked in and froze. "Dang, girl, you look good." Amy turned and looked at herself again. For the first time in years, she saw strength, not mistakes. She saw a mother, a sister, a survivor. "This is just the beginning," she whispered. A glimpse of the future. Months passed. Amy's health improved, Her confidence bloomed and the sparkle in her eyes returned. She played with her boys longer without getting tired. She filmed scenes for TLC with renewed energy. She even started painting again, a hobby she loved but abandoned long ago. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, Amy and Tammy sat on the porch swing. "You know," Tammy said, "I'm proud of you." Amy smiled softly. "I'm proud of us." The two sisters looked at the sky, feeling the peace they had both fought so hard to find. Amy wasn't healed completely, but she was healing, slowly, bravely, beautifully. And that was enough. Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Mina. Hope your day is so well. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.